Yo, Seemlytuber back at it again with another video. And hey, I'm back. Took a little break. I've been super tired, man. I had a lot of stuff to take care of over the past 2 weeks, and I finally had a chance to really sit down for a little bit and relax. Now I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm not as tired as much, and yeah, I wanted to come back with a classic that I used to talk about all the time. I used to talk about spirituality, how you the circle you have around you and the people that you associate with. And this one's gonna connect a little bit to my personal life. Um well, a lot. So what I've been doing over the past couple weeks is me and my wife decided to get new vehicles. So what we decided to do was we were looking around, and man, the car market is so out of whack. I might do a financial video related to how the markets of all products and stuff are so out of whack and the reasoning why, and give y'all a little insight on that on the financial side of things. But continuing on, the car market's so out of whack. So I'm looking around for a Dodge Charger Scat Pack. Um, Found a couple, but none in my local area. So where I'm at, can't find a single one in town at the major dealerships. Can't find one in the next town over in the major dealership. So I'm having to look at least 100 miles out. So I'm looking 100 miles out, not really seeing what I want, or all they have is Challenger Scat Packs. Don't really want a Challenger. And the Challenger Scat Packs is just straight manual. Don't really want that. They did have one that I really like, but it was way overpriced, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So I went to the next state over and looked. Wow, I went, yeah, both of the states over. I went to like Oklahoma, and I went like Texas to look. I'm searching online. I wasn't actually traveling around and stuff. Not yet. But we initially found one in like Oklahoma. So I call up the dealership and I'm like, is this Charger still available? They're like, yeah. And but then he calls me back and he said, my boss is holding his car for someone, and they ordered this, but then they didn't want it. So he doesn't really want to sell it to you. So I was like, okay. I was like, I get it. That's fine. That's fine. I felt a little offended because I was like, is it because of my race or something? Like I really start to think about those racial things when I get into situations like that. Situations like that really bring out the like, this feels a little racist when you think about it. And I really did, because then like all this week and last week I've been getting emails and calls from the same dealership. And I finally answered a phone call and I told him, one of your customers told me that your sales manager, um owner of the store and stuff, did not want to sell me the car because y'all were holding it for someone else that ordered it and didn't want it when it got there, or didn't have the money. Take granted, I had cash. I had the check ready for them. I had the check ready. I had it ready. Like, everything was gonna go smoothly. I was just gonna go there, take my trade in. They're gonna take my trade in. They're gonna tack on whatever difference there was, whatever equity was left in it, and just keep it pushing. And I'll be gone. I get rid of that one, and then I get this new one, and it's all good. So that didn't work out. So I started calling around again. I saw CarMax and I was like, I was trying to get a new one, and they had some that qualified as new, and I was like, I don't really want to travel all the way down to past San Antonio. I was like, I don't really want to go all the way down there. Um, and then I was like, yeah, I found one in the El Paso area. So I get in contact with the dealer. The dealer called me. He was like, "Yeah, we got this one. We we um we got it. You can come down here. We can see about you leaving with the car. You could just overnight the check the next day, and you could do this, and that. So we could see what we could do. Take granted, I had two places that were ready to finance. I had one that had the check that was on the way, but the check takes like a day or two to get here from the bank. So I'm waiting on the check. I gotta sign it, then give it to them, and then boom, good to go. So I'm waiting on that with that one bank. So I get down there. Take granted, it's 2-3 hour drive. They decide to not tell me that they can't let me take the car and that I need a down payment. No, they didn't even tell me initially that I could use a down payment to hold the car. One of the other fellow workers in there that hadn't gotten any sales for months decided that he was going to take my car and he was going to try to sell it to someone as I'm on the way to the store. So I come up in there and we sit down and we're like, yo, what's going on with our car? Where's it at? Like, are we gonna be able to leave with it? We never got a call back from you guys. And another guy comes in, he's like, yo, I don't know if he told you, but because we technically don't own these cars, we're selling these for it's a co-signment. I was like, I don't really care about what a co-signment means. All I know is you got this brand new 2021 right here, and I want this car. And then as I'm talking about that, someone's pulling up from test driving my car. And I'm looking like, yo, that's my car. Like that's my car. Like I was going to get that car. There was nothing stopping it. And later on, I find out that the person I talked to on the phone had moved the car to the back of the building. His coworker tried to snatch the sale, so he's got to pull it out from the back and try to give it to these people that don't have no financing, don't have a down payment, and they're coming in asking for a 1%, 2% interest rate, and you don't even have a bank that can approve you. You're just coming in there, just this, and that, and then. Good thing, the other worker didn't tell them that they weren't gonna be able to get the car because it was already sold, until the guy's wife had work and stuff. But to get into the gist of what this video is supposed to be about, but anyway, to get closer to the gist of what everything was being about. So this dude really thought we weren't going to get the car. So we work everything out. I get on the phone with my bank and I'm like, is there any way like you could send something over so they can like hold this car for me? Because they're really acting like they don't want to hold the car. So finally he says that we can put a down payment. And I'm like, okay. And they're talking about it's gonna go on the car. You got a down payment on the car. And I hate putting down payments on cars. Because it doesn't really help anything. Because that down payment is going to be washed away if you miss payments and they have to come and get that car, that down payment you put down is gone. It's better to actually put that down payment onto the first month payment once you get the first month payment, because then you don't owe like 2-3 months, 4 or 5 months worth of payments. But I didn't have to put that much down. It wasn't really a problem. I had it. I was prepared even before we even went down there to have to put a down payment. But I knew with the bank I had, I wasn't going to have to put a down payment or anything. And you know how dealers are. They love running your credit. Even though you tell them, don't run my credit. I already have financing prepared. Don't run my credit. Continues to run my credit 3 times. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to get angry. I tried to tell you, your banks are worse than my bank that I had already. I don't really care about going with your bank. You can't compete with the bank that I've chose, which they couldn't. And moving forward, so we had to put down payment. Then we had to come back with the check literally the next day to I I think it was the next day. I think we went down there on a Sunday. It might have been on Sunday or Monday. Might have been a Monday. I think it was a Sunday, but I had to get my wife to go back down there to get the car, and she tired herself out. She had to skip a day of work and tire herself out because we had to go get this car because the dude was going to try to sell it again. He really thought we weren't going to get the car. So he was just going to wait and see if we actually came in there with the money because I guess because we're black. I guess it doesn't. Well, we're not actually gonna have money to buy a vehicle. I don't know. I guess black people can't have scat packs. I guess that's the thing. But that's definitely what his mindset was. And I was like, I really hate you're lucky this is the only car within the closest area of distance. I would not be here getting this car. You're lucky, and it had everything I really wanted on it. Like, I would not be getting that car. Um, but it's like white, and then I'm gonna wrap it, and white you could just wrap it anything, and then like boom, just go back eventually. But yeah, it's gonna be on point. Um, so she goes gets the car, come back, super tired. So then I kind of did this one. She brought up the idea. She was like, "Yo, I want a truck. Like, we need a truck. Um, we only got two kids, so like it's truck would be perfect. Like we're just gonna get a 5-seater truck. We ended up with a 6-seater truck, but that's beyond the point. It's a nice 6-seater truck, a Texas edition 6-seater truck. Hey, and we're loving it. um, but that's enough about that. What this story was really leading up to was um family and people that you think are friends but aren't really friends. Initially, when she posted pictures of the Scat Pack online, people were like ecstatic. They were like, "Dang, like that's nice." I was like, "That's a nice car. It's a really nice car." So got a whole bunch of likes. I don't get likes on my stuff because I know all the people on my social media mostly are fake friends on that particular platform, are fake friends. I just don't get likes on there on my stuff. Everybody sees it, but I just don't get the likes like that. Um, and I know my family don't mess with me like that. Like, my immediate family don't mess with me like that. They've never been close to me like that, and that's just how it is. That's just how it's gonna be. Um, Not everyone, like, you ever heard the saying blood is thicker than water? Like, the actual meaning of that is the bonds that you create are thicker than blood. This is not blood is thicker than water. It's the bonds that you create that are than thicker than your actual blood relatives. Like, the friends you make can be more of family than actual family. So that's honestly, I that phrase is like what I live by because, like, yeah, my family just ain't family like that, man. Like, I just don't know what to say. I'm like the outcast. It's always been like that, and the only person that has changed my mind about them was someone I really cared about in my family. But it took them to be on their deathbed to actually apologize to me about how they treated me as a child. It's amazing how things can change when someone's like on that last leg, and that's always affecting me. I always think back to how that situation went down, and then I gotta apologize to like that. But it just goes to show the things in your life can really affect and change you as a person. It can be for the better or for the worse. Everyone's had their situations that they go through, and the moral of this little story time that I'm talking about right now is like, watch out who you have in your immediate circle, who you have as your friends, because since me and my wife have gotten a new truck and a new car, people have been acting weird, boy. People been acting weird. People at my job are acting weird. People at her job, she had someone come up to her and tell her she was too black to drive a truck, to drive that nice of a truck. I proceeded to ask her, what did that person mean by that? I proceeded to tell her they must have forgot that they aren't on the lighter side of the spectrum either. We're both considered to be lower class than what the lightest side of the spectrum is in American society, as well as other countries that are not predominantly minority. So I see it just goes to show like this racism thing has been here for decades. It's not going anywhere. People still act like this and say things like that, and they don't even realize it. Like people that could be of your same color will say things like that and don't even realize that, like, that's some hella racist stuff to say. Like, do you think because you're of a different nationality or a different ethnicity that you're better than people of the black ethnicity and we're both brown? Like some people really be out here thinking like that. And people wonder why I move like I move. People at work, like I'm live your life, do you. Don't bring your anger onto me. I'm trying to live my best life. I'm trying to provide for my family. Me and my family are trying to do things. We're trying to have the best lives that we can. We're trying to enjoy life. We're getting the things we want and we're getting the things we need. People don't realize it. We needed these new vehicles. There's no reason for you to be mad about what we got. We needed these new vehicles. The Charger I had before, I got it for super low mileage, but as soon as I got it, the interior trim started messing up on it. That was a $2,000 fix if I took it to someone professionally. Everything else on it was fine. But then when we were about to trade it in, the back trim on the passenger doors was tearing up too. So that was going to be $2 more on top of that. That's $4,000. I might as well just trade it in. And I had equity in it. Like I got more than what I thought I was going to get for it. That's crazy. Like they tacked that on to the new one, and like I got paying less overall for the new one I got. There's no reason to be mad. Like we and in the truck we really needed one. Like what if we leave where we're at someplace and then I don't want to be counting on it. You come to realize when you need to count on friends and you need to count on people for stuff, that's the times they will leave you high and dry. That's like we have a couch that we were gonna give to my wife's sister. My wife's sister decides she gets back stateside with her husband. She decides we don't want your couch. And take granted, this made me so mad because I was gonna sell that couch. I was gonna sell it to a coworker, and I wasn't really gonna make anything, but I didn't lose anything because it was a free couch that Amazon sent. Amazon sent 2. I only purchased 1. I took the second one and I was like, okay. And I was gonna sell it. I wasn't really gonna make anything, but I wasn't losing anything either. But she decides we're gonna go buy brand new couches. We don't want your couch. So I'm like, oh, that's how it is. That's fine. Want to act like that? We can act like that. But I was just like, we offered you something free. You turned us down, and you turned us down in a rude and obnoxious way. If you want to feel like you're better than someone, feel like you're better than someone. But no matter what vehicles, what house I have, what things I do, however much money I make off of YouTube, I'm never going to act like I'm better than anyone else. Because I've been there. I've struggled. I've been to the days where you got to take change into the gas station to get gas, get enough gas to get to where you're going or to have a decent time out. I've been where $20 was stretched, that you could do the maximum amount of things with a $20 bill. I've been to those days. I've experienced those days, and I don't want to go back to those days. And I've been there. I've been there, done that. I've lived a life of that. And it's not to say I'm better than anyone. I'm not. It's just to say we've all went through those phases. Don't be jealous of someone else. You're going to get there eventually to where you want to be. I'm not even where I want to be yet, but I'm working on it. My storefront's doing good. Like I got the YouTube thing. I got my actual job. Like it's like it takes hard work for some people to get to where you're going. And it doesn't mean that everyone's going to make it. A lot of people can work from the bottom and still not make it out of the bottom. It's not to be mad at yourself. Like sometimes not everyone can make it out, but do the best that you can. Be the best that you can be. And you'll always have the best life that you should live. And sometimes money isn't all it's worth. Money can be detrimental to some relationships. Money can be detrimental to some lives. But to say that money can't be a game changer in your life, that's a lie. That's one thing. That's a pet peeve of mine. That money can really change lives, and don't let anyone tell you differently that you're better off not having more money. Money is a thing that's necessary in this day and age. You can't eat, you can't sleep somewhere comfortably without money. That don't let anyone tell you differently. That's all I really got for this one. This story time. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. I've been seeing that everyone that's been watching hasn't been subscribed, so make sure you subscribe. I could be on skyrocketed up in numbers. Let me get that word out. Oh, but yo, I'm gonna see y'all on another one. I'm definitely gonna be back with some bangers. There's a lot going on in the gaming industry right now. I gotta get into too. But yo, I'm gonna see y'all on another one. Seemlytuber out. Peace.